So are you tired of getting, I need to think about it, or I can't talk right now, I'm busy, or I'm not interested, and you don't know how to overcome it? I'm gonna give you guys a simple framework to literally smash all of your objections. You can all use this framework to never have to worry about getting objections anymore. I'm gonna give you the same framework that I use to sell over $500,000 of life insurance my first year. I'm gonna give you the same framework that I teach new agents that have helped us build a $22 million life insurance agency. It's really, really easy. I'm gonna give you a new way of thinking about objections that are going to unlock you making more money. I'm gonna start with that first. I get this every single day. People ask me, Peter, I'm getting objections every single call. Well, we're gonna talk about how to handle them, but first you gotta understand how to think about objections, okay? And the best way to think about objections is no one woke up today begging to buy life insurance. If you're blaming your leads right now, saying my leads suck or my leads are this, I want you to know that that's part of the game. You get paid thousands of dollars for a 60-minute phone call by taking someone who was once upon a time interested in getting life insurance, getting them on the phone, overcoming objections, overcoming fears, them getting out their checkbook, them paying the insurance company, and you get rewarded. So if you can learn this, you can unlock your income. But first thing I want you to understand is your reframe about objections. Objections are natural. Objections are part of your process. Objections are to be expected. If someone tells you that they need to think about it, okay, they might need to think about it, but that is not the reality. And it's our job, it's our skill set to sell these people so that we can get rewarded. So let's talk about the framework on how to overcome these objections. 3 steps, okay? Number 1 is you always acknowledge your objection, whatever you get. Someone tells you, oh, I can't talk right now. Acknowledge it. Oh my gosh, I totally understand that you can't talk right now. I can't talk myself, okay? Secondly is to overcome that objection. To overcome something is to take a certain behavior and try to get a different outcome, okay? Someone tells you, I'm tired, I can't talk right now. And you're like, okay, yeah, that's their behavior and you're gonna agree with their outcome, right? That's not how you do it. So you just like say, oh yeah, I totally understand. You close your ears and you push past it. So many of us as life insurance agents could be making way more money right now if you just got okay with being uncomfortable. And how do you do that is you come from a frame that you have nothing to lose, right? You're never gonna speak to this person again. You're never gonna hear them. You're not gonna hear from them. If they tell you that you suck, you don't take it personally. It's just part of the business that you have to operate behind. So you acknowledge the objection and you overcome. Just by doing that one step, you are gonna make more money. You are going to close more deals because most people get the objection, they get scared, and the client wins. Objection handling, you making those thousands of dollars, requires you to overcome that fear. Then if you get another objection, what do you do then? So many people ask me, well, Peter, I got one objection and then they told me another objection, so I hung up because I got scared, or I really know that they had to go, or I know that they told me they were busy and they didn't want to talk right now, and I know they're gonna call me back. They're not. The minute that you believe that your clients are just complete liars, the minute that you realize that they don't care about you because they don't know you yet, that they have life that comes up, there's never a good time to buy life insurance, is the minute that you'll start winning. Because when they give you that second objection, like, hey, I'll really call you back. No, you're not. You're gonna acknowledge it. You're gonna pattern interrupt it. And then you're gonna push through. And I want you to write down one word that's gonna make you more money. Push through, push through, push through. Until someone tells you, I cannot talk, leave me alone, don't ever call me again, stop calling my damn phone, that is your sign to stop doing it. But most of the time, people are just busy. Most of the time, people have life going on. You call them at the wrong time, and you gotta push through, and it's your decision. Well, Peter, they were in the car, and I could hear them in the car. Well, they had kids in the back. I want us to reframe how we think about objections. If that could be their only time of peace, that 42-minute ride home from work, that 17-minute ride from the grocery store that you randomly called them at, could be the time that they have to buy life insurance. And it is our responsibility as insurance agents to push through. So you acknowledge, you pattern interrupt, saying, oh yeah, Miss Betty, I totally understand. I gotta go throw rocks in the desert, right? That's a pattern interrupt. It gets them off of their initial objection, and then you push through. And it shows here you listed that your daughter was going to be the beneficiary. Is that right? So the first step is acknowledge, overcome. Second step is acknowledge, throw out a pattern interrupt, which gets them off of their objection. And the third thing is you move forward. Then the third objection, which is where most people lose, and if you can learn this, you'll be undefeated when it comes to objection handling, is let's say you move past them again and they finally throw up a third objection. Peter, like I really gotta go. Hey, I wanna do this, but my daughter's calling me. What you're gonna do is you're gonna acknowledge the objection, because you always agree with them. Yeah, I totally understand, you gotta run. I gotta run as well. Just so I can get you prepared for our future call, because I know that you need my help, let's go ahead and set up an appointment. So what time do you want me to call you back? They're gonna say, oh, call me back next Thursday at 2 p.m., okay? Let's say today is Wednesday, and they want you to call you next Thursday. How is that even gonna make sense, right? And some of us right now are gonna be like, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's get you on the books. And then you call them back next Thursday, which is, 10 days, 9 days, whatever, 8 days away. And what happens? You expect them to pick up the phone call? Unreal. They won, you lost. Now they're unprotected without life insurance. You haven't helped them. And you spent maybe 15, 20 bucks on a lead that you didn't help. That's on you. That's your skill set. So what do is you set a fake appointment. Oh yeah, no worries, I totally understand. I'll get you down for next Thursday. Now, just before you go, how can I just so I can best prepare for our next appointment on next Thursday? I'm seeing here that you put down that, your sister Stephanie is going to be your beneficiary. Is that right? And then you move forward. So what is the common theme? The common theme is you get an objection, you acknowledge it, and you push through. The money that I made in life insurance, majority of it was selling people that no one else could sell. And that's where your returns are. Everyone can take Miss Betty, who doesn't have life insurance, her spouse has died, and close her policy. But if you can acknowledge objections, you can close your ears, and you can push forward, lower their guard, and continue to just take the punches on the chin of scared, I'm scared, but I gotta keep pushing through. Your income will grow. You'll be a better life insurance agent. If you use that framework, you'll close more deals and make more money. That's the secret to objection handling. It's nothing sexy, it's nothing pretty. It's you being comfortable with rejection, you getting no's and getting more hangups than you ever expected. Great question is, how many hangups are you getting? Great question is, how many hangups are you getting versus how many appointments are you setting? It should be a 10-to-1 ratio, 10 hangups to 1 appointment. And if you do that, you'll close. Cheers.